watching Don Shay Boxing Nation.
See how you do.
Man, so the world is going to be buzzing a long time when it comes to this Terence Crawford win. I always tell you guys that when it comes to Black American boxers, the standards are always set higher. And what Crawford did was set the bar even higher than it was set before. All Crawford does is win. He doesn't know how to lose. He don't even speak that language. He has no controversial wins. He has always found a way to win decisively. You know what's really ironic is it was old media that started to make becoming undisputed a big thing in the sport of boxing because of Canelo Alvarez. They used undisputed as a justification to praise Canelo Alvarez, right? When he became undisputed at 168, despite the fact that it was actually Terence Crawford that became undisputed at 140 before Canelo became undisputed at a weak weight class at the time. This is the reason why Canelo, he never attempted to become undisputed when he was fighting at 160, because the champions were fighters like Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo was his mandatory, which he vacated the belt to avoid Jamal Charlo, right? So he didn't want to be undisputed at 160. He wanted to be undisputed at 168 because the opposition was weaker. The champions were weaker, right? There was nothing but weak C-level European fighters. And notice, when I say European fighters, I'm saying weak C-level European fighters, because when Canelo fought an A-level European fighter or Eastern European fighter in Bivol, he lost. And Canelo was way closer to Bivol's weight naturally than Crawford was to Canelo. In fact, Bivol, he wanted to do a rematch with Canelo at 168, and Canelo still turned it down. So we know his loss had nothing to do with size. So anyway, it wasn't until Canelo became undisputed at 168, that's when old media, they wanted to praise and try to justify, saying that, oh, this is the reason why Canelo was the best fighter in the world. He's this and that, because look, he's the undisputed champion. But see, whenever old media tries to move the goalposts just so they can praise the boxers that they favor, you know what happens? The Black Americans, they say, oh, so that's what we got to do now to get the credit we deserve? Okay, so now we're going to go after undisputed. So that's exactly what all of the Black American boxers started to do. Remember, it was Devin Haney, he became undisputed. Jamal Charlo, he became undisputed. Then Crawford, he became a 2-division undisputed champion. In fact, you guys remember when the WBC came out with that fake belt, that witness protection belt, the franchise belt that they gave to Canelo Alvarez and Lomachenko. So Lomachenko, he could avoid his mandatory Devin Haney, and Canelo could avoid his mandatory Jamal Charlo. Well, I remember when the WBC gave Canelo that franchise belt, Jamal Charlo, he said, okay, well, I want to fight for the franchise belt then. And that's when the WBC said, oh, well, you can't fight for that belt. Yeah, of course you can't fight for it, because that was the whole purpose of giving it to Canelo, so he can have some type of fake justification to avoid his mandatory. So my point is, it's kind of old media's fault that Terence Crawford continued to raise the bar, right? Once again, they said that undisputed is a big thing. So Crawford, he said, you know what? Okay, then I want to become the first 2-time undisputed champion. Oh, that's not enough? Okay, then I'm going to become a 3-division undisputed champion. So race fans and old media, y'all shouldn't get mad, man, because y'all created this monster. The more they try to discredit these Black American athletes, and I'm talking about in general, the more the Black athletes, they want to prove them wrong. And this is what makes Black American athletes and competitors in general so dominant, because they have always come up knowing that they would have to be 2 times, 3 times, 5 times better than the person who's not Black to get the credit that they deserve. I mean, just look at what Terence Crawford had to do at age 38. Terence Crawford has been the best fighter in the world for the last 10 years. And old media, they tried their best to remove him from that list with some new fighter. Every year, every 2 years, they try to replace him, right? But all you're doing is motivating them. You're making them fight harder. You're making them train harder. You're making them play harder, play better. because they won't stop until they force you to give them the actual credit that they had already deserved long time ago. I mean, it's just crazy when you just think of the evolution of the sport in general. The fact that we have gone from Sugar Ray Robinson all the way to Terence Crawford. And it just makes you wonder who's next. Who's the next American boxer to take over the next generation? But for now, we know that this is the Terence Bud generation, the Terence Bud era.
Like I said before, this is the Terence Bud Crawford era. You know, when you look at the body of work that I've done in each weight class that I've been in, you can't deny that this is my era. I never had a close fight. I never had a fight where people thought I lost. I never had a fight where I didn't look spectacular in. So, you know, given the body of work, and that's against every person that they put in front of me. So given the body of work and how long I've been doing it for, yeah, this is the Terence Crawford era since Floyd Mayweather retired and him and Andre Ward.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo-Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.